Hi everyone, and welcome to today's reading. If this is the first time that you're seeing me, I am the Hermit Tarot and this is my YouTube channel, so welcome. And a massive welcome to those who are returning. Always lovely to have your energy here. Today's reading is going to be a guidance reading. I did promise that I would do this type of reading. To be honest with you, it may not be a video that you want to see, but it's definitely a video that the collective needs to see. Our guidance reading today is going to be detailed and extensive. However, I am not leading it in any way. Spirit is leading this one. So I'm literally just going to let Spirit pick out 3 key themes for each of your 3 groups for us to focus on. And then as the reader, I'm going to be getting as much specific information as I can using my tarot cards to get you as much information, guidance, support, and clarity on those 3 themes. We're going to be getting advice as well for each of the 3 respective themes in your group. So a lot of information, okay? A lot of information. The main kind of topic here is what do you need to know / what do you need to hear about your situation right now. So you may come to this reading with this idea of I want information about my love life, or you may come to this reading with this idea of I want information about my home life, my living situation, my finances. There will be a little bit of everything in this video. We even touch on health in some of the groups. So tune in to the main sort of situation that you want clarity on and do your best to feel with your intuition which of these 3 groups has the most honest messages for you. You may have messages in more than one group just because it is a general reading, but I strongly encourage you take your time before you select a group today. There are connections because this is a guidance reading. As a collective, we share certain themes and we just sort of experience those themes slightly differently. So there are certain similarities between the groups, but there's also very specific messages that you'll obviously only hear if you pick a certain group. So really tune into your inner self, your higher self, and make sure that you're selecting a group that you feel most called to. Speaking of, I'm going to take you into the pick a group portion now so that you can join me in your reading. So welcome to the pick a group portion of today's reading. In today's pick a group portion, we're going to be choosing from pictures once more. So I'm going to be showing you 3 very different photographs. There are only really 2 that have something in common. I guess technically speaking, they're all taken in Australia. That is their common theme, and all 3 of these photos were taken from places that I have once lived. But I did try to choose photos that were still different enough so that hopefully you will be drawn to them for different reasons. And hopefully there'll be enough synchronicities or enough information in each photograph for you to feel drawn to something. Now keep in mind this is a guidance reading, so it's very important that you use your intuition or another weird, wild, wonderful method to see which of these 3 groups is really pulling you in. Usually in guidance readings, because they are based so generally off the collective energy, it's highly likely that you'll be drawn to more than one group, but I really want you to try to figure out which group is really pulling you in the most. And then if you need additional messages, always come back to that second option to see if there are any other messages that you need. So let me introduce the groups without stalling any longer. We'll start with beautiful group number 1 with this insane picturesque sunset. This sunset was taken in a suburb very close to the main city in my wonderful hometown of Cairns. And we have a few things happening here. There are a lot of vehicles in this photo, and the vehicles may resemble one that you already know. We have a light post, we have signs, we have phone numbers if you look close enough. We have some nature, some scenery, some trees, some signs, some lights, some colors, a lot of different textures and movement in this piece. We have clouds, we've got the sky, we've got the road. So much is happening. So without saying much more, if anything is really calling out to you, then you are a part of group number 1. Next, we have group number 2 over here with this sunset image as well. Group number 2 sunset is taken from high. We're on a hill in this photograph looking down at the valley that is a very flat landscape. We are seeing some sort of buildings in the distance. There's also some people who thankfully will remain anonymous. We have some nature, we've got a lot of sky to look at, a little bit of road, and even some signs. So if anything is really drawing you to this photograph, you'll be a part of group number 2's reading. And last but not least, we have group number 3's reading with this sort of beachscape, I guess. It is technically a photograph of a beach. It's taken from a high angle as well, a lookout point. And we can't really see one beach. This photo features a whole bay area. We can see a mountain range in the background. We see clouds. We see a sky. We even see a bird if you look closely enough. There's a lot going on here, despite the ocean taking up most of the photo. So if anything draws you into this photograph, then you will be a part of group 3's guidance reading. So once again, here are the 3 groups all together. Like I said before, take your time. Whichever group feels like it's calling, or whichever photo feels like it's really calling you in, will be your primary group reading today. If you'd like to use more time or you need a little bit more assistance to select a group, you may pause the video now or join me in the 1-minute meditation playing after this clip, which is aimed at connecting you to your intuition and helping you decipher which of those 3 groups you are feeling most intuitively drawn to. When you know which of the 3 groups you need to be in, click on the timestamps in the description box and join me in your reading. So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep, mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in. Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number, it may be an object that I showed you. It could be a specific color, it could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading.
Hi Group 1 and welcome to your reading. Let's have a look at what messages the universe has for you at this stage. What information should you need to know right now, and what main areas of your life can I share wisdom, guidance, or information on? Let's get into it, Group 1, starting with one of my favorite oracle decks. I'm going to be pulling cards which will tell us which main 3 themes we are going to be addressing in your reading. So let's have a look for Group 1. Spirit, what information do you have for Group 1? What do they need to know right now? What does Group 1 need to know right now? There is a feeling of frustration in your group, and I think it's because you feel like you're putting a lot of effort into something and your effort either isn't being reciprocated or you're just not experiencing the outcome that you had hoped for. I'm seeing a lot of signs of wanting balance, wanting partnership, wanting harmony, and just feeling like your plans are being thwarted, group one. Back of the deck, Libra tells me that partnerships right now are very important to you, whether that's something that you're conscious of or not. The company that you keep is everything, and who you choose to invest your time, your effort, your energy into is ultimately what is going to make or break your success right now. Partnerships, contracts, they're everything. You kind of want to make sure that what you're giving into is reciprocated. You want balance, you want harmony. Those are the key signs to success for you right now. Whatever you give to should be giving back to you as well. And if it isn't, it's a clear sign, group one, that this isn't what is going to make you successful. Whether we're looking at a relationship in terms of romance or whether we're looking at your business. Let's have a look at your first theme. Spirit is showing us Aries reversed. That's where I feel like a lot of your frustration is. I feel your group chasing the wrong energy right now. And I'm going to get tarot. We're going to dissect this. We'll have a look at this properly, group one. But a key message here that you need to know is that your group is chasing an energy that you shouldn't be right now. I want to have a look at why, but I need you to know with Aries reversed, you may have the wrong impression. You may have an idea here that something needs to happen by your hand, as in you're the one that needs to make it happen. But I think with Aries reversed, this is a cancelled plan or a false start. Let's have a look with Tarot Spirit. What does group one need to know about that Aries reversed energy? What is going on here for group one with that Aries reversed energy? We have the Six of Pentacles. It comes back to that idea of reciprocity, balance, what you give, what you take what you give, pay people back. So I have a feeling that for some of you, there is a delay in a plan or a goal or something that you're working towards over here. And it feels like this plan has a lot to do with balanced reciprocity. Some of you, it has to do with money and a loan. And I think that if a loan fell through the first time around, it's because something better is coming. This is making me think with Libra as your bottom deck energy, before you sign a loan, group one, make sure that you are checking that you're getting the best deal, because I think some of you are not. I think this deal could be a lot better. The candle just went out. I knew it was going to, but I always pay attention to when it goes out, because that's telling me that whatever we're talking about really needs to be listened to. So I feel like we need to really double check the deals we're getting at the moment. Are we getting the best deal before we sign the dotted line, before we choose to make that first repayment, or before we make this thing official by signing that contract and entering this agreement? Are we getting the best deal? Any mistakes, false starts, cancelled plans are a sign of the universe giving you little hints to double check the fine print in this situation. What is going on here with this Aries card reverse, please, Spirit, for group one? Spirit is saying some of you aren't paying attention to what you already know. You have experience, you have wisdom, you have information that you aren't paying attention to. And it could be because this is a very exciting opportunity with Aries reverse. There's excitement, there's passion, there's an attraction to it, right? And I think with the Hermit card reverse, this is something that we need to use our experience to navigate. That we need to use something that we've previously learned to navigate this. And we need to be careful not to just say yes because we want to make somebody else feel good. With the Two of Cups reverse, this is a situation that benefits somebody else more than us. We kind of have to be a bit selfish here and genuinely think, is this beneficial to me? Is this partnership, this contract actually what I need? Or am I just helping somebody else get what they want? Is there anything else you can tell group one? Princess of Wands reverse. There's something better for you out there, sweet pea. There's something better for you out there. Look for something more balanced. Look for something that will give, and look for something that is worth your investment. I think that it's very beneficial for you guys to look at this as a journey, a learning point, not something that you should just dive into head first, because I see that mistakes are going to be made. It's a part of the process here. It's a part of you realizing what you truly want in this situation. And I think that what is most attractive to you first isn't going to be what is meant to happen. I see resistance on purpose. And with the Page of Wands reversed, it feels like we have outgrown that first thing. We're attracted to it because it's exciting and yay, it's all happening, but we've outgrown that opportunity. We're bigger than that, we're better than that, we deserve more than that. So don't cut yourself short. Your potential here is very significant. Spirit, what advice or information do you have for them around that Aries energy? Group 1. What advice or information do you have for them around that Aries energy for Group 1? What advice or information do you have for Group 1? Look at that. It's all resonating. Things often don't work out as planned. Let things appear just as they do and be sure to notice how they unfold perfectly. This is affirmation, this is confirmation, and this is also a little bit of advice in terms of when you meet that resistance and when what you want doesn't come into fruition in the way that you're expecting. Trust that you're attached to an unfruitful outcome and something more fertile, something more resonating with where you're at right now, because you're attached to something that you've outgrown. So what you're gaining is so much more than what you have your eyes on, than what you have your sights set on. Things often don't work out as planned. Let things appear just as they do and be sure to notice how they unfold perfectly. We're going to move forward. We're going to have a look at this 6 energy next. So what do you need to know, Group 1, with this 6 energy? First of all, it's reversed. I think some of you need to pay more attention to your health. It's giving me 6th house vibes, but it's also coming back to that message of reciprocity and often overextending yourself. Now, I think what this is also talking about in your case is not being afraid to ask for help sometimes. So I'm getting a mutual energy here of reciprocity. Reach out to those who you know will repay the favor, and it's time for you to ask for help if needed, especially as things get busier for you, especially as frustration sets in, and especially as you get busier with this new journey that you're on. I feel as though the 6 reversed is just talking about the company that you keep again, but there is a minor message here that has to do with your health. So let's get into that message. What is happening with this 6, Spirit? What does Group 2 need to know about the 6 reversed? Okay. Anything else about their health, Spirit? Okay, geez, Louise. Yeah, there's a lot of stress here, and I think that once we kind of curb some of that stress, we will actually experience improvements in our health. At the back of the deck, we have the 7 of Wands upright. This is showing me that you're someone who is very determined. You're someone who does not like to take no for an answer. You're someone that can be very passionate, that has a lot of courage in the right situation. You're also someone who, when you kind of commit yourself to something, you like to feel pride in what it is that you're doing. So you like to feel that, you know, this is something worth your energy. So when someone says to you, this isn't worth your energy, that can be a difficult pill to swallow, because you like to think that you know that already, and it feels difficult for you to think, oh my gosh, how did I not see that? Now, the thing about the 6 reversed, I feel multiple messages here. So I want to get the health one out of the way. Clarifying the health message, we have the 9 of Wands reversed with that Princess / Page of Pentacles reversed. So Group 2, Spirit's message here, or should I say the universe in general, they're reminding you of how your stress really impacts your physical being, especially your joints, especially your bones. You know that feeling of working so hard your bones are tired, where your back is aching from inside. It's not even the muscle anymore. You're just so sore from either standing on your feet all day or bending over all day or whatever it is. Spirit is saying you're experiencing skeletal issues because of the stress and the high energy lifestyle that you're currently leading, whether that's stressful in a physical sense or whether it's just you putting a lot of energy into something right now. It's causing issues on your health. And with the Page of Pentacles reversed and the 9 of Wands reversed, at this point, It's nothing that can't be mitigated. I feel like a lot of these issues can be minimized and even maybe healed for some of you. This chronic pain, even if it's just a migraine for some of you, but it feels like it's your joints. It can be minimized with improvements to your lifestyle overall, managing your stress and managing the ways that you deal with pressure. I think that you need better ways of coping by giving yourself more outlets, more opportunities to de-stress and decompress. I think that you guys need to even look into different forms of therapy for that. And I use the word therapy very loosely, broadly. I'm not just talking about talking therapy. Google therapy / decompressive techniques, de-stressing exercises, and this doesn't just have to be physical. They could just be mind exercises. They could be emotional exercises, some reflective practices. I think that you guys need to start managing how much energy you take on, because we need to get rid of some of that. It feels like we need to decompress. And I think with the Page of Pentacles reverse, this is something that is compounding. It gets worse with time, and with time it could become chronic naturally. That is the definition of a chronic illness, but it doesn't have to be that way. I think that's why we have a page here. It's something that you may become aware of earlier, and it has the potential to get better. We don't have to carry that. Now we've got that little side message out of the way. Let's talk about these other cards. We have the Four of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Three of Wands. Hopefully you can see them all clearly. So 6 reversed, group 1, Spirit and the universe's main message here is that you need more time to actually just rest, rejuvenate, take time off, and heal. The Four of Swords is telling me that there are situations where you've unwittingly bitten off more than you could chew. And I think a lot of you are becoming more aware of this, because the universe is almost confirming that taking on less right now is really what you need to do. You don't need to be involving yourself unnecessarily in other people's situations. You don't need to be feeling emotionally responsible for a heck of a lot of people's feelings. You don't even need to make anybody else happy but yourself. And I feel called to say, even your children. The best thing that you can do is take care of the needs within your realm of responsibility. And at the end of the day, I just feel like right now you are priority, especially with the Eight of Cups here, upright. Spirit is saying it's time to walk away from a difficult / challenging situation that you know in your heart is calling for you to start to emotionally remove yourself before you take on too much, because I almost feel like this is an enabling situation. It feels like if we intervene more, if we interject more, then we're taking that dignity away from that individual. We're making it too easy for them to be enabled, or we're making it too much of our own experience rather than theirs. So I see you needing to kind of back away from somebody here and just kind of let them figure something out in their own time, and give them the space, the dignity, the right to learn that lesson themselves. It feels like a hard lesson to learn, because in this deck, the Eight of Cups has Saturn and Pisces. Saturn is all about karma, and Pisces is saying this is a spiritual lesson. So this person, this lesson for them is going to form a heavy part of their values as an adult, as a being in this lifetime. And it's going to teach them a heck of a lot about themselves and about the world around them based on the choices that they make. But it is not your role to play. It's not your lesson. In fact, your lesson in all of this is to know when to let go. And I think with the Three of Wands, this is a situation that is still developing. It's not a waste of energy. It's nothing that you should feel guilt or shame for. It's the case of you have other things to focus on right now. And I do see you crossing paths with this individual again in the future, but I see that the goal is for you to focus on the other exciting things that you have got going on, and to detach from things that are not your responsibility right now. So let's clarify if there's any other advice for this 6 reversed energy. For group 1, please, Spirit, is there any other advice with this 6 reversed energy? They want to give 2 cards, so we're going to take them. Wow, that's probably why. The first card is connected to your heart chakra, your healing, your immune system. What would you need to give up in order to achieve your dream? So for some of you, you need to walk away from a situation in order to pursue a dream of yours that is currently on the back burner. Don't force things to happen when you want them to happen. Let things unfold when you and the world are ready for them. Be patient, especially with that Three of Wands. This is a developing situation. Don't force things to happen. Let things unfold when you and the world are ready for them. The universe is saying, be patient over here. Last but not least, group 1, let us have a look at this void of course energy with the third house. Straight off the cuff, I got a lot of messages about this. I was channeling into your energy from the minute I had the deck in my hands, and I feel group 1, like right now is really a time to focus on social connections and curious ideas that we have been neglecting for too long. I feel like some of you guys are taking life too seriously, and you're finding a lot of reasons to be stressed when you shouldn't be. You should be embracing more of the joy, more of the excitement, and just more of the opportunity to de-stress, decompress, and just live. And I think with void of course here, Spirit is highlighting that right now the universe just wants you to kind of accept what is happening and to not force too much to happen in between. I almost feel void of course is confirming that message of you focusing on things that aren't working, that aren't happening, and almost stubbornly staying attached to them versus what could be happening. They also want you to stay more connected. They want you to be more social with the third house. They want you to be more expressive with your communication. Don't just shut down. Don't just suppress. Speak your truth and be honest with what you have to say. Don't just be pleasant. Don't just be sort of, oh, it was very nice to see you. Hi, how are you? You hurt me so bad. You know, like, don't just mask the genuine nature of the way that your words impact others. I feel like there is a reason here for you, or there is a need here, should I say, for you to have impactful communication right now. Let's get into it. Getting that tarot deck out for group 1 again, please, Spirit. What is happening over here with void of course and third house? What is happening with the void of course and third house energy? Eight of Swords. What is happening with the Eight of Swords? Void of course energy. The Moon. Speak your truth. What is happening with this void of course energy, please, Spirit? Seven of Cups reversed. The Last Judgment. At the back of the deck, we do have the Emperor reversed, releasing control issues, but this is also about breaking out from underneath somebody else's control. This could be over a feeling of being coddled or overprotective, especially with the Emperor reverse. That's a very masculine, parental, fatherly energy of feeling like somebody has a very strong hold over you, feeling restricted based on what somebody else thinks needs to happen in your situation, feeling as though you can't make the decisions that you want. And for others of you, this is about learning how much control you have over the major decisions in your life right now. I feel Spirit wanting you to play around with how much is in your control versus how much is out of your control. And I think that a lot of this has to do with not taking things so seriously, not being afraid to mess up, not being afraid to try something new, not being afraid to connect again in a social way with people who you may not have seen in a while, not being afraid to kind of try something curious that's been on your mind. But again, the primary message here really seems to be about truth. We have the Eight of Swords in the upright position with the Moon reversed. So group 1, Pisces is very prevalent in your reading. We have a lot of fire, but for me, that fire was a lot of frustration. And I believe that you're learning to let that go. And this Piscean energy is underlying, or is highlighting, should I say, this feeling of wisdom that your group has. You've been through experiences that have really given you a hard taste of the reality of what it is to be human in this lifetime. And as you process this wisdom, and as you try not to let that wisdom jade you from new experiences, you enter new experiences, new opportunities with a feeling of it should be calmness, because you've been through the shitstorm already. But really, it's a feeling of, I really don't know what to expect, and I'm a little bit nervous because I know how bad things can be, but I just need to try something new. Pisces energy can be a very pessimistic energy if you let it, because it's this feeling of, I've lived a full life, I know how bad it can be, and I really don't know what else is left for me at this point. Like, I'm not easily surprised. But I see here with this reversed is there is a whole lot that you're missing with your mentality, whether you are pessimistic or not. These cards are telling me that your thoughts, your way of thinking, your mentality is blocking a lot of truth. Your perception is everything right now. And what you are focusing on seems to be a huge blockage, because you are focusing on a dead end, a void of course situation, feeling like you're drifting with no opportunity, with no out. The truth is, with the moon reversed, this situation has a lot more than meets the eye. And I think that speaking your truth has something to do with it. But I also feel like we need to step out of the shadows and start focusing on the clarity, the reality, the light, looking at the situation realistically, not blindly optimistically. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, instead of standing behind your veil of, this is what happened to me in the past, take the veil away and look at the situation realistically. This is a new person. They haven't hurt me yet. They may never hurt me. This is a new opportunity. It's nothing like what's happened in the past, although there are some similarities. It may not happen like it happened in the past. Staying grounded in your reality will help break you free from this victim mentality, because it is eliminating a lot of opportunity staying stuck in your mind like this. And I also believe with the Seven of Cups reverse that the situation that you're in may be way more confusing than it actually is. And I think that clarity can find you very quickly once you change your point of focus. But I also believe that the situation that hasn't been moving for very long may have felt overwhelming, because it was like, well, which path do I choose? I've got so many options to do. I've got so many options to take. Left, right, up, down, black, green, white, yellow. Like, there's just so much to decide. And I think that the more that you kind of get back out there, the more that you keep your eyes focused on the reality, again, using your past experience as wisdom, but not a veil of exclusivity, you are going to realize that your reality is very different to the one that you have in your head, because you've been projecting something here that has been very limiting and unhelpful. I do think with the Seven of Cups reversed that any confusion you currently have, any confusion, sweet pea, is going to wane, because I see your mind space changing and allowing you to look at the situation differently. I do think with the Judgment card here that some of this information is not just about what you see and what you don't see. I believe that for some of you, information will be finding you through the actions or the words of another person saying, hey, group one, remember you told me that you were feeling like this about that person? Well, I found out this about them. I see the truth coming out for you. I see an awakening, a revelation here with the Last Judgment, and it's going to be so hard to ignore. It's going to bring immediate change, immediate transformation, and it's going to force you to let go of whatever it is you've been hiding behind, whatever illusion you've been using or clinging to, and it's going to force you to kind of step forward and face reality. So let's see what else we need to see here. Group one, please, Spirit. What other advice or information can you offer them about this void of course energy? I see people playing a very helpful, pivotal role in your healing and in the movement of your journey. Some of you have been trying to stay stuck, and people are going to make it very difficult for you to do that. It's like they're little earth angels guided by spirit to enact acts of curiosity and truth. Either something they'll share with you will bring about this revelation, or their presence around you will bring about newfound curiosities and interests. But I see the people around you, your community, being very important in your journey right now. What other information can you offer them with Void of Course, Spirit? For group one. Okay. We have wait until you feel like things are progressing effortlessly. Let the opportunities present themselves when the time is right. Don't force things, have patience. You have this profound feeling of patience in your group because I feel like a lot of you are forcing things to happen. And I think that the goal here is to get into a passive energy of reception, receiving, receptivity. I am open, I am ready, and I am honest, because I feel like that's the thing about being receptive. Information can come your way, but it could fall on deaf ears. You need to stay open, stay ready here. We also have find clues to help you get nearer to your dreams. Remember, the best clues are often disguised. What clues can you find today? And I think that's the problem here. You do need to be honest with yourself. And as much as you are an investigative journalist with your beautiful intuition group 1, you do also need to have a firm foot on the ground, rooted in reality. So I do see the truth coming its way. I do see you getting information that breaks you out of this feeling, and I see people being helpful in that process. So the companionship of your community of close friends is very helpful right now. That's what I'm seeing for you, group 1. Those are your messages from the universe. That is what you're meant to know. That is what you're meant to hear. If you feel like you have messages in other groups, you're welcome to go back to the timestamps and click on a different group. It has been a pleasure to read for you, group 1. Remember, it is a general reading, so take the messages that resonate. Don't let the rest take from you. Please look after your beautiful self. Thank you so much for all of your support, and I shall connect with you in another video. Bye. Hi group 2, and welcome to your reading. We're going to be asking Spirit today for messages from the universe. What do you need to know? What do you need to hear? What information can be most helpful for you at this time? Let's get into it, group 2, starting with this beautiful oracle deck. I am going to be pulling cards which will symbolize the main themes that Spirit wants me to bring to your attention. We're going to clarify with tarot, and we'll also be pulling advice from a second oracle deck as well. So Spirit, interesting. Weird. Spirit, what main themes do you want to bring to group 2's attention? What does group 2 need to know right now? What information? Yeah, this 9 is so significant for you. We also have Scorpio, so the 9th house, Pluto, the number 9, very significant to you. What is happening for group 2 right now, please, Spirit? What does the universe want group 2 to know? Full moon reversed. I just heard you ain't seen nothing yet. If you've been following me for a while, you know that that song likes to come out. It loves to resurface, but you ain't seen nothing yet. Spirit is saying something is still happening and it's nearly ready to reveal itself to you. A powerful climax approaches is what I feel. Very 9th house energy, which means it's kind of lurking in the shadows a little bit. It feels hidden. It feels transformative. It feels like it's kind of something that makes us tingle a little bit, you know, like we're picking up on it, but we haven't seen it yet. What's your bottom deck energy? Mars. There's a strong masculine feeling to your energy. However, I don't feel it to be your energy. I feel like this masculine energy is a collision of things coming your way, almost as though you're sitting in the middle like this and it's coming towards you. So I really am curious to get into your energy. Let's start with the number 9. The number 9 for me, honestly, it gives me 9 of Pentacles vibes, but in your case, it's very different. Don't think 9 of Pentacles, think 9th house, think Pluto, think this powerful feeling of something building. And the fact that it's Plutonian makes me think that it's building in the background, sweets. It's not something that you are actively doing. It's not something that is your full responsibility right now. It's something that you are subconsciously, passively feeding energy into. And it is
climaxing and being cultivated by your passive energy. So I feel something happening for you here because of the effort that you've been feeding into your own journey. I almost feel like you're attracting something towards you here, and it could be a myriad of opportunities. It could be a career, it could be a relationship, it could be a conjunction of both, but it just feels like the main reason why the number 9 came out instead of the number 1. Instead of Spirit saying you've got a new opportunity, Spirit saying we've got a reward for you. As much as this is a new opportunity, group 2, it is more so a reward for everything that you've already done for yourself, for all the effort you've put in, for all the investments that you've been growing for yourself. There's a reward coming your way. So let's have a look at that 9th house energy. What is happening here with the number 9 for group 2? What is happening with that number 9 for group 2? What do they need to know? What information do they need to hear? Ace of Wands. Do you want this Wands upright or reverse, Spirit? Upright or reversed? It's not really, it depends. So it's I'm going to put it upright, but it depends. There's a question mark. That's what that wand should be, a question mark. What does group 1 need to know about that 9 energy, Spirit, in their life right now? We also have the Princess of Swords. You ain't seen nothing yet. Why? What's happening for group 2? Did I say 1? I apologize. What's happening for group 2 with that 9 energy? What do they need to know about that 9 energy? Group 2. The Queen of Pentacles. May I please get one more card for group 2? The Ace of Cups. So you've got 2 aces here. I do feel like you were going to have a new opportunity, but with the Queen of Pentacles, it feels like it's a reward. It feels like it's because you have not sat around aimlessly waiting for grass to grow, paint to dry, the kettle to boil. You've been investing in other things. You've been patient. But the thing about this energy, some of you aren't expecting it. With the 7 of Pentacles reversed, you were looking out the window like, man, it's a beautiful day. And behind you, there's something coming and it's like, group 2, are you ready? You're just like, it reminds me of that scene in White Chicks where they're like sunbaking. Oh, what a beautiful day. Where'd the sun go? And you just hear Latrell, easy white chocolate. My family always brings that up, but that's what it gives me the vibes of. You're just chilling. You're doing your own thing. You're reaping your own energy. And it feels like you're doing, like reaping your own energy in the sense of you have this beautiful thing happening in your life right now where it's just never ending. You've kind of been able to balance yourself well enough to feed into a reciprocal feeling within yourself. Your energy just feels so balanced. It's like what you give to gives back to you. And that has attracted some new opportunities over here. That has attracted some curious energies over here. Now you need to know that just because you're attracting something doesn't mean it is right for you. So there are a lot of people that have eyes on you, group 2. There are a lot of curious energies around you. But the right thing will not be someone that you have to find. The right thing will come to you and find you and present itself as an opportunity to you. You may be picking up in your peripherals on glances and gazes and curious energies, but the right thing will not have you second guessing, especially if you're single. Especially if you're single and you're seeking romance and you're seeking a relationship. Standing in who you are, what you deserve, is going to attract the most lucrative, viable, fertile, available opportunity. And that will also apply to business ideas, business proposals, business partnerships, business growth. I feel with the 9 here, you're definitely reaping the rewards of energy that you've already invested into something, and this idea of the right opportunities being attracted to you. Now, I do see 2 aces here, which makes me think that there's 2 opportunities that are going to present themselves to you. And I think that your advice here with the Page of Swords is to give them both a hard look. Don't just say yes, yes. Say, sure, maybe I'll think about it.
you know, and give both of these situations a thorough look. I feel with the Page of Swords reversed that the right thing is going to fit into what you're already growing for yourself. It's not going to make you feel like you have to dumb yourself down, like you have to bend yourself into someone you used to be or someone you never wanted to be. It's going to be something that can match your Queen of Pentacles energy. And I see this being very reciprocal. I see this being very much a we want to reward you energy because of all the effort you've put into this area of your life. I've been taking care of myself, watering my own garden. I'm ready for that plant now. I'm ready for that new big field of dreams. So let's get some extra advice and information from this Oracle deck. What else does Group 2 need to know about that 9 energy? What advice do you have for them, Spirit? Okay. Is there anything else you can offer Group 2 in support of that statement? Thank you. It's that card actually. So we have a few things. I want to talk about the first card first. Or maybe we're going to talk about the second card second, okay? It's going to probably make more sense if I do the second card first, but for my brain, we're going to do this one first, okay? So the first card that came out for you is very connected to your heart chakra, to this feeling of worth and deserving and healing. I feel like you've been healing. I feel like you've been growing. You've been cultivating. So we have stop waiting for the perfect moment, Group 2. The only time to start creating the thing that is meaningful for you is now. So I feel like that has a lot to do with this opportunity that's coming your way, these opportunities that are coming your way. I feel that some of you have gotten so comfortable in your energy that when these things present themselves, you have enough security to be able to say no confidently because no, I don't need this. I actually don't need a wand right now. I actually don't need a cup right now. I've got a collection of pentacles to keep me safe, warm, secure, and satisfied. But Spirit is saying, this is something that you've attracted. This is something that you've attracted. And I had to clarify this card because I was like, isn't that interesting? Why, Spirit? So this is why. The answers lie in the moment. Stay awake, be present, and stay faithful to your observations and feelings. You are going to receive multiple opportunities, but I believe that only 1 or 2 of them are genuinely in alignment with what you are growing for yourself. A lot of curiosity around you, I want to keep tabs on Group 2 because they're growing and they look amazing, but the answers lie in the moment. Spirit's saying stay grounded to your overall plan, your overall vision, be present and pay attention to what these offers are giving you, which makes me think that you need to be very observant and very open-minded, asking questions and being able to observe and maybe even explore those opportunities before selecting or committing to them. So a lot of indication of new opportunities coming your way as a feeling of a reward, as a feeling of I'm not focusing on it, but I attracted it. Let's have a look at your next card now. We have Scorpio, Group 2. Scorpio is interesting for your group because you give me very grounded, growing energy. And yet Scorpio is here to kind of shake things up. Scorpio is here to kind of test some of your boundaries, some of your barriers, Spirit's saying. It's not about hurting you. It's about showing you how sometimes stability doesn't help you grow. And if you're so focused on growing, you do need to shake it up sometimes. Scorpio is highlighting a transformation that you need to be aware about. So what is happening here with Scorpio for Group 2, please, Spirit? What is happening here with Scorpio for Group 2? At the back of the deck, we have the Empress. There's that growth, that grounding, that growing. You are incredibly secure. You need to know that whatever change comes is for your highest good. You're at a point in your journey, Group 2, where only the highest vibrational opportunities can enter your space. You have cultivated a very successful garden, a very successful feeling of security, self-worth, and growth. But that's the thing, sweets, you're still growing. You have not peaked, you're still growing. So what is coming towards you next is an opportunity to continue growing. We have the Star card reversed, the Four of Pentacles reversed, the Hermit reversed, and the Knight of Wands reversed. Let me stew on this because I feel this being transformative, but I also feel this getting you out of a comfort zone. So Spirit, please stream me into Group 2's energy with Scorpio. What am I seeing here? Yeah, sorry, that didn't take long at all. I thought I was going to be quiet for longer. You're coming out of a comfort zone here with the Four of Pentacles reversed, letting go of something that you've become attached to. I feel you changing it up. I feel you letting go. This feels like an expectation when it comes to your lifestyle. You've got to appreciate that you've outgrown something here. There's going to be a minor change to your lifestyle, which will ultimately question a value that you have. And you need to re-examine that value to look at how, yes, it has helped shape you and bring you into the success that you're experiencing currently. But how is that value that you're operating on becoming a barrier as well? Ooh, there's some big energies there. We also have the Star card reversed. So an issue here from your past is being highlighted again. And for a lot of you, it's because of a present issue. It may be because of one of these opportunities. Your emotions from your past are resurfacing, and it's making you look at your future differently. You said, I would never do that. I'm Group 2, I will never do that. And then all of a sudden there's this new opportunity, and it's saying, but Group 2, I care about you. I want you to be successful. I want you to keep growing. Would you consider doing it with me? I have a feeling here that your expectations are shifting, sweets. You need to be more open-minded. You need to be more aware of how some of your values are barriers. And I use that lightly because I preach values. I preach boundaries. But Spirit's saying, we're at the point in our journeys where we need to be able to move with the times. And I feel like what is happening is a change in compassion, a change in awareness, a change in your connection to self. In the sense of you're still who you've always been, but you're allowing yourself to grow even more by detaching from an unhelpful belief, an unhelpful value, or an unhelpful anchor that has kept you rooted into a past version of yourself. Especially with the Knight of Wands reverse, Spirit is saying this isn't going to change who you are at your core. Spirit's not putting a zebra costume on a dog and saying, act like a zebra. Spirit is putting a future you costume on you and saying, doesn't this feel good? This is who you can be, Group 2. This is who you are going to become if you embrace this transformation. I feel like things are changing for you, and I feel it being very uncomfortable. With the Knight of Wands reversed, you don't want to be in an energy of, that's not me, like I'm not that kind of person. But I think that's where you're a little bit wrong, sweets, because you're still you, obviously, but your actions, your approach, your direction is changing. You may be doing something that you never thought you could do. And with the Hermit card reversed, I do think that it's about recognizing how transformative life is. And even though you've already had a lifetime of experience, or multiple lifetimes for some of us, doesn't mean that you can't learn more, gain more. I see you kind of tapping out and thinking, I've peaked, I'm done. There's nothing new you can teach me. I'm an old horse, I'm an old dog. And Spirit's like, actually, Hermit reversed. What? There's more to learn, there's more to know. I can't just say I know it all. Spirit's like, nah, there's more to learn, there's more to know. So Spirit, what is happening here with Scorpio? What other advice, information can you offer Group 2 with the Scorpio card? Interesting. So we have some sacral chakra, root chakra energy here. Find clues to help you get nearer to your dreams. Remember, the best clues are often disguised. What clues can you find today? This is interesting because I feel like this came out for another group. It feels like Spirit is really asking for you to read between the lines of what is happening to you in the transformation that you're going through. I see you being stretched and pulled in different directions. And I feel like this isn't happening catastrophically, because we're not seeing a tower moment here. We're not seeing destruction. We're seeing little hints, little cues, little signs that something needs to change and that something is changing for you. So pay attention to the subtleties. Pay attention to how things aren't going according to plan, according to structure, and how maybe those structures need to change. Don't force things to happen when you want them to happen. Let things unfold when you and the world are ready for them. Be patient. I feel like Spirit is saying, listen, group 2, we know you have experience. We know you're wise, but release your expectations. Believe that anything can happen. Let them unfold and be ready. Be patient. I feel like that is an amalgamation of those cards plus the message with Scorpio. Let's move forward. Look at your last card now, group 2. We have the full moon reversed. So the last thing the universe wants you to know is that something has not yet peaked in your energy. You haven't peaked, we know that, but something else is still cultivating, climaxing. And with the full moon reversed, I feel like you're close, but I also feel like more is to come, more is to be revealed. So let's get tarot out, let's dissect it, let's get into it. What is happening for group 2 with the full moon? What is happening for group 2? We have the King of Cups upright. There is more to know. I feel like this has to do with your emotional being. I feel like this has to do with your ability to express love, receive love, especially if you've been out here tending to your own cup, filling your own cup, really taking care of your own heart space right now. What else can you tell group 2? I don't know which one to take. Spirit, you're going to have to make it more clearer than that. They just made me look at all those cards. Group 2, thank you. 6 of Swords reversed, I see. There was a reference to your past there that was coming out, and that's why the full moon is reversed too. A shadow from your past. What is happening here, Spirit, for group 2 with the full moon? What do they need to know from the universe? We have Judgment, more of your past. Strong Plutonian energy. We have the King of Swords reversed as your bottom deck energy. Group 2, somebody isn't done with you yet. And I don't know if this message is helpful, but it is healing. I see a healing conversation with somebody from your past, and I see the opportunity to get the emotional piece that you need in order to move forward. I see emotional resolution, but I also see with the King of Cups, I don't know how much I want to tell you. I don't know how much I want to open up to you. I don't know how much information to share with you. King of Swords reversed indicates that this is an opportunity that I feel is needed in order to be able to move forward. It's almost like we don't have enough information to let go of something and to stay open towards something else yet. So in order to get peace, in order to get closure, in order to get a fair sense of judgment of what to do in our lives next, we need to have this healing, helpful conversation with this person. And I see that this person has a strong connection to your past, and I see that this person's movement towards you is quick. And I feel like this is going to create further movement in other areas of your life. Your conversation with this person isn't just going to change your relationship with them or to them, but it's also going to shape the opportunities and the other connections you have in your life right now. Your energy is going to be better invested after this conversation. Your energy is going to be able to move and flow more freely after this conversation. What is this conversation about? Can we know? Are we allowed to know? It's a very loud helicopter. Wow. What is this conversation about? They want to know too, apparently. What is this conversation about? How unhelpful. There we go, it's dissipating. We have the Nine of Cups reversed, the Knight of Swords upright, Queen of Swords reversed, the Four of Cups reversed. Ooh. Okay, let me just say,
There's a hurt feeling here. There's a, you hurt me. You didn't make me feel good about myself. You impacted the way that I care about others now. You made me feel like I wasn't good enough for love. You made me feel like I need to protect myself whenever somebody new comes in. And now that I have somebody new coming in, I'm feeling like I can't accept their cup because I'm thinking about all the hurt that you did to me. You made me feel like rushing in love will always lead to dissatisfaction. You made me feel like I can't take action towards my genuine feelings and that I have to think about putting other people first. And the situation is something that I paid too many thoughts towards. I let it stew on my mind for way too long. It feels like some of you are very hesitant to open up this can of worms. I'm only seeing swords and I'm only seeing cups, which tells me that either you share your deepest, darkest feelings with this person, or you ice them out and you deny yourself and them that right of knowing how you truly feel. It's your choice, group 2, but the opportunity is coming, and either it gives you closure and this full moon culminates, or it's something that you have to move forward with, constantly asking yourself, what if I did that? You have to find peace with the fact that you didn't take this opportunity. So the choice is yours. There's a lot to consider there, but it is happening. It is happening. It's up to you. It is happening though, because that person is directly impacting another significant transformation that you have in your life with that other person, I feel, with that other opportunity, especially with the last judgment reversed. It's like you realized through all your healing, through all your growth, there's still something connecting you to your past. There's still this feeling of bitterness at the back of your mouth. There's still this feeling of cynical skepticism because of what happened with this person. Whether they were a romantic partner, a parent, a sibling, this person, like everything I was channeling before, has hurt you, and they've made you find that because of them you find it difficult to love and trust other people. So what other information or advice do you have for group 2 in terms of that full moon reversed? Spirit's telling me heal. Heal, heal, heal. Please heal. So in that moment, do what you know in your heart, because you know yourself better than anyone, is going to help you heal. Okay? Do what you know is going to help you heal. It takes courage to pursue your dreams. It takes courage to be who you are, to do what feels right. It takes courage to face the fears that have the power to hold you back. Be brave and the world is yours. That's literally what your advice is saying. Spirit is also saying who or what has made you believe that for some reason or another, you don't have what it takes to follow your dreams. You do, sweets, you do. I'm looking at someone who is incredibly successful, who has so much more success to come their way, and someone whose literal biggest blockage is going to be themselves. Are you going to stand in your own way? Or are you going to seize the opportunities that are literally going to be knocking on your door? Group 2, please let me come in. That's what I'm seeing for you, group 2. That's what the universe wants you to know. And that's what information Spirit believes will be most helpful for you right now. I hope this reading was helpful, informative, and that it gave you the clarity, support, and guidance you need in your journey right now. You may have messages in other groups. If you feel you do, be sure to go back to the timestamps and select the group that resonates most. At the end of the day, thank you so much for joining me, whether you're staying in just one reading. I know a lot of you watch more than one, but I appreciate all your time, all your energy. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting Free Tarot. Thank you for supporting this community, which I'm so grateful to be a part of. Wish you so much success on your journey, group 2, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye. Hi group 3, and welcome to your reading. Today we're going to be asking Spirit, what does the universe have for you? What message do they have? What information do you need to know? What is most helpful towards your journey currently? Let's get into it, group 3. We got a lot of information to cover.
I feel like I may have accidentally called you group 2 one time, so I apologize. I'm kind of distracted slightly because there is a helicopter circling my suburb, which is quite exciting. We don't get them often, but when we do, it's because they're pursuing somebody who's stolen a vehicle. So very distracting, and I'm sure I'll hear about it on my small town page in an hour. So let's get into it, groupers, threepers. Tune me into their energy, please, Spirit. Don't let the distracting helicopter take precedence. Let's have a look at what messages the universe has for group 3. Starting with this oracle deck, we're going to pull cards that will tell us the main themes that Spirit wants me to address in your reading. Then we're going to get tarot to clarify, closing your reading with some helpful advice in each of the respective themes. So starting with group 3's first theme, what does the universe need them to know right now, Spirit? Group 3, we have T-square. Okay. Interesting. What else, Spirit, do you have for group 3? What else do you need group 3 to know? We also have waxing gibbous. What else do you need group 3 to know? And we have Aquarius. Aquarius is feeling a little blocked. Aquarius is in the reverse position. At the back, we have sextile. This is interesting. This is throwing me left and right. Your energy feels a little different, I gotta be honest. Sextile is telling me that the way you're looking at things is a little different to how they could be. It makes me think that you have to be very careful about how you address your challenges because you don't want to make them more challenging. It almost makes me think that you're in a situation that could either be very helpful as long as you kind of find a helpful way of multitasking, or like 2 birds, 1 stone type of situation. Or if you're looking at your life subjectively and it's little boxes, you can feel very overwhelmed with how much you've got going on right now, especially with T-square here. Spirit is saying that a theme in your reading group 3 has a lot to do with all these things kind of butting heads and feeling pressure from multiple areas. Whereas this waxing gibbous is saying actually things are going to get easier very soon and you're going to start to notice things start to alleviate. Now, I also think that waxing gibbous is talking about something building and the pressure building. So we're going to have to see what Spirit says, because on one hand I'm seeing clarity, illumination and relief, but on the other hand it's waxing, so it's growing, it's gaining, it's developing. Interesting. We also have Aquarius reverse, which tells me that your future is going to look very different based on your subjective analysis of your current circumstances. If you choose to hyperfixate on any one area, you could therefore be neglecting other areas. It feels like your subjective perspective is really choosing what grows here and what doesn't. And it almost makes me think that you're hyperfixated on something and you're kind of cutting yourself short here. You could have more than what you have if you can just think a little bigger. It makes me think that regardless of what you do, your future is going to look very different because of how you're coping right now with the multiple challenges. Let's get into it. Let's start with that T-square business. Some of you may be at a very pivotal turning point in life where a lot has happened and you're in this mode of like, well, how do I fix this? Where do I go next? Feeling like you have a lot of control, a lot of autonomy, but you don't like it necessarily. Some of you are rebelling against a structure or some sort of conformity right now. And you're like, you know what? I don't want to do that actually. I don't want to be that kind of person. But is it a helpful form of rebelling or is it just self-sabotaging? Let's have a look. What's going on with T-square for group number 3, please, Spirit? What do they need to know? We have the 9 of Swords. And we also have the King of Pentacles. I want to get at least 2 more cards. What is going on for group 3 with T-square, please, Spirit? What do they need to know? Yeah. For some of you, you're in a situation that was dealt to you and it involved loss. I feel like this is the kind of energy that you're in when your life starts to change very drastically. It reminds me of like when I graduated from school, which was both happy but also nerve-wracking because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm an adult now, I'm in the real world. It reminds me of when I lost my grandmother, and that changed the whole family dynamics and the life. It has this feeling of bitter-sweet reality. At the back of the decks, we have the Four of Cups. So I feel like the goal with this reading for you is to show you how much opportunity you have so that you have the right information to make sure that you don't miss out on anything. But at the end of the day, it depends on what you want and whether you want more or whether you're just happy to kind of stay in your little slightly bored comfort zone. I think that a lot of you right now just want stability, peace, and I feel that you're not really getting that in many respective ways. I feel pressure, I feel challenges, I feel you being pushed to do things that you either haven't done before or you haven't done it in a long time. It feels like with the Nine of Swords here and the King of Pentacles, T-square is showing you that this situation is a great way for you to level up and for you to gain more and for you to use these challenges and this stress to kind of get you further. But that kind of success comes with a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work, a lot of time. And I think with the Nine of Swords here, you're being shown, Group 3, that right now in your life, you're kind of hitting a moment where either you take action now or you don't, and it keeps you up at night. And I feel like that's almost where you're at for some of you. You're already overthinking things and wondering, have I done enough? Could I do more? There's a lot of pressure here with the King of Pentacles. I always think of like a business owner, someone who has high stakes, right? Has a lot constantly to be responsible for in a very materialistic way. A family man, you know, someone who has mouths to feed, someone who has responsibility. And I think with the Nine of Swords there, that awareness of responsibility is also creating anxiousness and sleeplessness. And I think that with the Nine of Swords upright, that anxiety is really strong because it's keeping you up at night, most of you. It's making you doubt your abilities to be most successful, and it's making you question your decision making. Is this going to be the most beneficial action to take right now? We also have the Five of Cups reversed with the Nine of Wands reversed, and that's why I think that a lot of you are either trying to avoid a situation of disappointment. You don't want to disappoint the people who look up to you, the ones you're responsible for. You don't want to disappoint yourself, and you don't want to miss out on anything either. But for others of you, you're actually recovering from a very real loss. So you're learning how to move forward in this changing emotional situation, trying to still function as a regular human being who is getting over that kind of stuff, while also having enough energy to be this successful, responsible person. I see Spirit is highlighting an issue here of you not having enough outlets and not giving yourself enough time to let go, and very similar to one of the other groups, decompress, de-stress. There is a feeling here of allowing the situation to change and to naturally let the situation change. Don't force yourself to be happy. Don't force yourself to be sad. Don't force yourself to do anything. Just let yourself feel as you feel right now. And I think with the Nine of Wands reversed, too much pressure is going to cause things to fall apart. I see a change in strategy. I see a change in approach. And I see that ultimately what we've been doing needs to be changed in order for us to be most successful. We can't continue doing things like this. Let's put it that way. What advice or information do you have for Group 3 when it comes to the T-square sign, Spirit? What advice or information do you have for Group 3? We are offered advice from all directions on how to best live our lives.
The best way for you is the way you choose for yourself again and again every morning. And this makes me think that while it is helpful to have long-term goals, expectations, and awareness, because you can't just live in the moment all the times, you've got to give yourself the benefit of waking up every morning with a fresh, brand new sense of, this is my new day. Whatever happened yesterday doesn't mean it's going to happen today. It's a new day, a new chance to try my best, to be successful, and to forgive myself for whatever's happened yesterday. I feel this energy of regenerating. And when you go to bed at night, tell yourself tomorrow's a new day. Whatever happened today, however stressful it was, however intense it was, however anxiety-ridden I was, tomorrow's a new day. We also have, there is only one of you, I just saw 1111, and that is your strength and your gift to this world, to be unique. Honor your gift by listening to your heart, following your passion, and trusting your inner voice. And that to me says so much, because at the end of the day, all this pressure, all this stress, all these expectations, they only matter because of you. They're only there because of you. You are the reason why any of this is important. Without you, nothing is important. This pressure, these challenges, these stress, these responsibilities, these connections to you, none of them are important without you. You are the most important factor in that equation of variables and stress. Your gift to this world is you. Honor your gift by listening to your heart, following your passion, and trusting your inner voice. So let's move forward. We're going to have a look at this waxing gibbous. What does group 3 need to know about this waxing gibbous? Okay, that's exciting. What is happening with the waxing gibbous energy for group 3, please, Spirit? Interesting. One more card. Yeah. It's that song. Is it the Shallow song? It's a Lady Gaga song. Girl, where do you think you're going? Joanne. She wrote it for her grandmother. Lady Gaga song, Joanne. That's a song that for some reason is resonating for your group. Joanne. At the back of the deck, we have the 8 of Pentacles. I just keep hearing, girl, where do you think you're going? And if you heard that song, you know she belts it with her beautiful voice. I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter. I was about to analyze her vocal composition. It doesn't matter. But I just hear her belting that line, girl, where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going? 8 of Pentacles. I do see you going somewhere. I do see you working hard. I see you putting a lot of effort, a lot of hard work, a lot of energy into something, time and time again. Quality over quantity is what I'm hearing. Quality over quantity. I feel with the waxing gibbous, you gaining momentum towards something that you're working hard on. And I think with the Hierophant reversed, maybe the path to that version of your success has been unconventional. Maybe you didn't make the first round of college applications, so you had to go back later in life. Maybe you had a child first and now you're trying to go back to school. Maybe you did the school route and you missed out on being a parent at a young age, but you're doing it now in your 30s, 40s, 50s. Whatever it is, your version of success is unconventional, and it feels like it doesn't fall into society's structures. It doesn't necessarily fit into the mold of this sort of archaic expectation, but that doesn't make it wrong. I'm seeing the 8 of Cups in the reverse position, the Ace of Wands upright. If you try again, a new opportunity will manifest for you. I see you going back to something you walked away from and rekindling that spark, that passion, that flair, that drive. The Ace of Wands doesn't need to be a love situation. It can just be something that makes you feel passionate, zesty, something that gives you that sense of purpose. I see you going back after taking a hiatus period and finishing something, wanting for the sake of, at the end of the day, I'm doing this because it matters to me. I don't really care what other people think, but for me, this is important. And I think that with the 8 of Wands here, there is not only excitement and passion in doing this, but there is drive, there is purpose, there is a feeling of I'm doing something for me. And I think with this 8 of Wands, Spirit is just encouraging you, group 3, to pay attention to what excites you, because you have this stress, this anxiety, this sense of loss and disappointment over here, this pressure, this challenge.
So why not give yourself the opportunity to be excited, to feel passionate, to feel purpose? Why not invest your energy in something that truly brings you joy? Let's get some advice from this deck to see if we can get other information as well. With waxing gibbous, Spirit is really encouraging your group to pursue a new passionate interest here, to really pursue it. It's never too late. You can have this. What is the advice, or what other information do you have for waxing gibbous for groupus threepus? Is there any other advice or information? Thank you, Spirit. Interesting. This is interesting. This one's going to have to make me think. Every time you use the word but, you learn something about yourself. The but will reveal your limiting belief. It's like a key to unlock a door to your full potential. Honestly, I don't think I need to over-explain that at all. I think maybe I just need to say it twice. Every time you use the word but, you learn something about yourself. The but will reveal your limiting belief. It's like a key to unlock the door to your full potential. I always butcher that. We also have, you are special. The most special you the world is ever going to see. Follow your bliss, walk your own path, and let your special talents shine bright for everyone to see. Emphasis on the word talents with all this fiery wands. You have a talent here that the world needs to see. You are needing to showcase this talent to the world. The world can really benefit of your hard work, dedication to this cause. Let's culminate your reading by revisiting this Aquarius energy over here. I'm just going to move this over. Let's look at that Aquarius energy for group 3, Spirit. What does the universe want in group 3 to know about this Aquarius? What? Are you sure? How did that happen? Dang. It is. It got back in the deck. My bad. The 8 of Wands just slipped back into the deck when I pulled the cards back. All right, what is happening with the Aquarius card for group 3, please, Spirit? One more card for groupus threepus, please, Spirit, to explain that Aquarius energy. One more card, just one. One more card, thank you so much. Hi. Okay, at the back of the deck, we have the 3 of Cups reversed. Oh my, oh me, oh my. I'm hearing that song by Jeremiah, I think. How do I word this? Your social circle is getting smaller. And there are some people who do not deserve to be a part of your journey moving forward, because as much as you think you need them, they don't deserve you. And I think with the 3 of Cups reversed, your path is really, oh, excuse me. All right, group 3, we were just cut off by a very important phone call, but let's get back into it. Over here, we have the 10 of Cups upright. We have the 8 of Swords reversed. We have the Knight of Wands upright. And we have the Queen of Swords reversed. And before I was going to show you all of these cards, I was offering a message that was coming through with your bottom deck energy, the 3 of Cups reversed. This card is also being confirmed with Temperance reversed. You guys, your social circle, the people you give love to, you share joy with, you spend time with, you interact with, that circle is getting smaller. You're having to kind of let go of some of these people. You're having to kind of appreciate how those interactions with them are no longer a part of your present journey. And I think that as your journey continues moving forward, this Aquarius energy is encouraging you to stay open to new forms of friendship at the very least. I always think of friendship when I think of Aquarius in the 11th house, but I also think of Aquarius as potential, right? And for something to potentially reinvent itself, to become more meaningful, more futuristic, and just different, to serve a different purpose, to serve a more meaningful sort of purpose. So I see here with this 10 of Cups, 8 of Swords, Spirit is really encouraging you, Group 3, to just focus on your happiness and your full sense of fulfillment when you look at your connections, whether they're just friends, family, anybody who you put your emotional interest into. Consider how they form part of your happy ending. Will this be someone you invite to your wedding, for example? Will this be someone you share the birth of your first child with? Will this be someone you want to ring when you first sign your business loan? You know, people who are genuinely emotionally invested in your journey, people who you are genuinely emotionally invested in. I see that you're having a lot of movement and action here, but I see that your success doesn't need to be shared with the world. There's only a few key figures here that are integral in your support system and that are integral in you getting your happy ending. And I feel with the 8 of Swords reversed, those are the ones that are going to help you when your limiting beliefs kick in, when your sense of self becomes skewed by guilt or just anxiety and anxiousness. These are the ones that are going to stand by your side and remind you of the strong person that you are. And they're also going to be able to kind of get you out of victim mode and say, Group 3, you're stronger than this. You're better than this. With the Queen of Swords reversed, you know more than this. This isn't you. Getting yourself out of this situation involves you relying on those serious people, however limited that number is, to help you get there. And I think that as you move forward, Spirit is strongly encouraging you to stay open to meeting new people as well. Not forcing these interactions to happen. You shouldn't need to go on a meet site or anything, as in like a friendship or dating site. I see with the Knight of Wands, it's going to happen by chance. You just have to allow energy to come in when it's meant to and allow it to leave when it is meant to. I definitely see your circle changing, and it's because your future is changing. You need to detach from who you once were and appreciate that as you move forward, only a few are going to move forward with you. Let us get some closing advice and information on that Aquarius energy for Group 3. What closing advice or information do you have for Group 3? What closing advice or information do you have for Group 3? What closing advice or information? Thank you. Sorry about all that clapping in the microphone. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, wow. Don't chase your dream. Learn to appreciate the present moment. When your dreams do come true, you will have learned to enjoy the moment instead of reaching for the next dream. Teach your mind to rest in the moment. And I feel that coming in, resonating with as a sense of peace and content. I don't think everybody's going to give you that feeling. The ones who do are the ones that are going to stand out as being your 10 of Cups, not your 3 of Cups reversed, not look who I'm with this weekend because they make me look better, not look who I can gossip with because I just need someone to listen to me. The ones who help you be content and present. Now, we also have unleash your inner power by doing the things you enjoy doing. Start with little moments. They will give you more strength for next time. The more you nurture your needs, the more powerful you become. Now, I do see you developing. I see you reinventing your image and who you are and what you want to kind of be in this life. And I do think that new people will inspire you to take new paths. And I think that new interactions are going to encourage you to kind of mess around and play with your identity a little bit. And I see some of you changing what matters to you in the process. I think that the encouragement here is to do that while also doing it from a place of trying to just learn more about yourself, right? Not putting too many heavy expectations on the outcome, not trying to always give yourself some profound purpose or meaning to be alive. You are alive. That's the reality of the situation. But what can you do to help you remember that? Not, I'm here, but I need a purpose. No, you're here. That is your purpose. What can you do to help you remember that? I feel like that is another message that I'm getting here for your group. So group 3, that's what I'm seeing for you in terms of what does the universe want you to know right now? What information is helpful? What do you need to hear? I hope this reading was helpful. You guys are very different. You got a lot going on. You need to be a little bit kinder to yourself. I know that's easier said than done. I hope these messages were helpful, healing. I hope they offered clarity, support, and guidance. You may have messages in other groups, especially if you feel this didn't 100% resonate. It's a very specific message. I hope above all that you just take what resonates. Do not let the rest take from you, okay? At the end of the day, if it's not meant to be there, let it fly. Let it be for someone else in this general reading. Thank you so much for all of your support, group 3, and I shall connect with you in another video. Bye!